right, welcome everyone. 45-minute restore class. My name's Margie. Never taken my class before. We're going to start in a nice easy seat on your mat. Sitting up tall, hands on your knees. You can close your eyes if you'd like. Start to slow everything down. Start to notice the breath. Start to soften. As you've arrived here, take a few breaths. Notice. Notice your breath. Notice if you can soften. Notice how you feel. Start to increase the length of your inhales, filling up your belly. Exhale it all out. Do that a few more times, just like that. See if you can create more space between your shoulders and your ears. And see if you can lengthen your spine a little bit more. Are your legs heavy on your mat? Are your hands heavy on your knees? Breathe in. Exhale it out. Breathe in. Let go. One more time. Big breath in. Exhale it out. Your eyes are closed. Let them open. Release your hands down by your side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale them out. Do that again. Breathe. Let it go. One more time. Inhale, leave your arms up. Exhale, twist to the right. Gaze out over your right shoulder. Keep your hips down. Come back to center. Twist to the opposite side. Hips down. Gaze out over your left shoulder. Inhale back to center, arms up. Exhale, right hand down. Reach the left hand towards the opposite wall of the ceiling. Finding that side body on the left side. We're going to be working our side body from our lats to our quadratus lumborum, to our glute medius, our IT band. Inhale back up, switch sides. So those are all the muscles on the side of our body. Inhale back up, and we're going to take it, inhale to one side, exhale to the other, just a few times, just to warm up. Inhale one direction, exhale the other, so it's your breath, not mine. One more time to this side. Come back to center, bring your hands to your knees, roll through your shoulders, release any tension you're holding there. And grab one block. If you don't have a block, grab two balls. So we're gonna come to our side. Let's start with our right side, and we're gonna place the block right on our lats. So just below the shoulder. You're gonna put your elbow down on your mat, Rest your hand in your head in your hand. So this is Baby Buddha. You can have the block at any length, so notice which feels better. So you'll find a little bit of soreness, maybe a little bit of muscle, like a trigger point there. So we're just going to hold it here. If you don't have the block, you can use 2 balls and place them directly on the outside of that scapula. And you lie down just a little bit more. I like the block for this one, if you've got it. We'll take a few breaths here. You can kind of lean back a bit. Notice what you feel there. You can hold that for a few breaths if you feel something you want to hold on to. You can lean forward a little bit and notice what you feel there. You can come right back to center, just do a little bit of movement. From side to side, cross friction on that tissue. We'll take 5 more breaths here. Last breath, breathe in, breathe out. Taking your opposite hand, the hand that is not holding your head, lift yourself up. And we're going to switch sides. So you guys can just turn. I'm just going to go to the opposite end of my mat. And come to our Baby Buddha on this side. Yeah, good. Resting your hand there. Find those little pockets of crunchiness in your muscles or tenderness. You can control how much weight you have on it with your opposite hand. If it's too tender, too sore, we'll just pause here in center for a few breaths. Notice. And if you want, you can lean back a little bit and notice that. Ooh, feel that? And then lean forward a little bit and notice. And if you want, you can come back to center and hold. You can just do a little motion side to side here. Take 5 more breaths here. Breathe in, breathe out. Taking that hand that's down, lift yourself up to a seat. Remove your block. Grab one of your balls. We're going to lie down on our backs. I'm going to stay here just to show you. So we're going to get into our quadratus lumborum. That's your QL. That's between your hip and your ribs. It's on either side of your spine, but it's still a little bit lateral. So we're going to put it right between your hip and your last rib and lie back down. And if you want, you've got your bolster or your blanket, you can rest your head there. So from here, you probably feel a little bit of tenderness, and that's okay. This muscle tends to get really tight and it's hard to stretch. So what you're going to do is you're going to let your knees fall to the same side that the ball is on, lifting your opposite hip. Notice the pressure, and if it's too much, don't let your knees lower as low. So to whatever level you can just pause, notice. Just some compression on that muscle. And so a variation that we can come to is placing our hands behind our head like we're doing a crunch. And then lean your elbows towards the opposite side. So I'm on my left side, so I'm going to take my elbows to the right. So you're leaning away from the ball. Notice what that does. Breathe. Try not to hold your breath if you are. If it's a little too sore, you can come back up off of it. Bring your knees a little bit more towards the ceiling. If you don't like that variation, come back to center. It's just an option. And option 2 is you've got your knees towards the floor. You can do some movement where you bring your knees back up towards the ceiling, and then you let your knees fall towards the floor again. And then inhale back up towards the ceiling, and let them fall on your exhale. You can do that a few times. Whatever you want to do, if you want to continue moving or pausing, stay there. Good. Take 3 more breaths and we'll switch sides. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bring your navel to your spine, come back to center. Grab the ball, pause here, and just notice. Knees are bent up, knee towards the ceiling, hands at your side. Notice the side that you just rolled out. Notice the side that you didn't. Breathe in. Breathe out. We're going to stay on the same side, so we're going to lie back down on our side, and we're going to get into our glute med. I'm going to sit up so I can show you. It is right on the top of the hip, so it would be above where your pockets are, and you're going to lie back down on your side here. You're going to side lie again. Ooh, that's a killer for me. So, yep, you'll feel it. We've got some compression here. So option 1 is just to stay here, kind of in this little baby Buddha pose or this fetal position. Option 2 is to straighten that bottom leg and bring that right leg up and over top. Right? If that hurts too much, don't do it. It's just another option. Stay where you are, breathe. Relax the tissue over the ball. Soften, notice, and then our final option is to lift that bottom leg up and then back down. You can do that a few times. These are all just options, not something you have to do. There's no right or wrong with this myofascial release. It's just doing what you feel, where you feel it. Take a big breath in. Exhale it out. Great. If you've got that top leg up and over, remove it. Roll back on your back. Bend both knees up, initial widen your legs back and forth. We're going to do one more on this side. We're going to go lower, getting more onto our IT band. So if you find that greater trochanter, that big hip bone, you're going to come in front of it and a little bit, maybe in front of it, just about an inch, and then lower. Place the ball there. You're going to go back onto your side. Yeah, IT bands. If you're a runner, if you exercise a lot, it's really hard to stretch your IT band. It's not a muscle, it's a band of fascia. And it can adhere down to your quads. You're going to take that top leg and put your foot behind you so your knees towards the ceiling. So you're kind of in a clamshell position here. Good. And then you can straighten, oh, my things are in the way. You can straighten that knee and bend. I'm going to adjust here. Straighten and bend. Just an option. Take a big breath in. Exhale it out. Take a big breath in. Exhale it out. Coming back to your back. Grab the ball. Into your bridge cut pose, knees up, feet flat on the mat. Breathe in. Breathe out. Notice that left side or whatever side you did. And then we're going to move to the opposite side. So we're going to start with that QL on whatever side you didn't do. So find that space above the hip, below the last rib. Place the ball there. And those knees go towards the floor, towards the same side that the ball is on. Yeah, notice this side compared to the other side. The same? Is it different? Usually it's different. This is that first option. You can just hang out here. If you want, take your hands behind your head and lean your opposite elbow away. Notice what that does. You can stay with your elbows away, or you can come back to center. And if you want to add some movements, inhale your knees up. Exhale them back down. We'll do about 3 more breaths, whatever you're doing, stillness or movement. Take a breath in. Exhale it out. Coming back to center. Taking a pause for a moment. And finding that lateral hip, the outside of the hip for our glute medius. Placing the ball there. We're gonna, oh my gosh, roll onto that side. If I can, it's really tight up today. Right? Oh, I'm gonna keep my head up on this one. So you've got those options just to stay. If you want, you can bring that top leg up and over and straighten that bottom leg. Being mindful of those transitions if you're taking that. Notice how you're able to soften. And if you want, you can lift that bottom leg up and back down. If you want. A couple more breaths here. Breathe in. Breathe out. And lift that top leg, or bend the bottom leg first if you've got it. Lift that top leg and come back to center to your bridge. Noticing your windshield wiper your legs back and forth. One more amount of pressure release. We're going to get into that IT band on this side. So find that hip bone, that greater trochanter. Bring the ball just to the side and down for your IT band and turn back onto your side. Yeah, right. You can just pause here, notice. We'll go through those variations if you want. The variation, if you want to bring that top leg up, and then you can straighten and bend that leg. That's on the ball. that a few times if you're doing it. If you're in stillness, just take a few breaths. 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Exhale it out. And come back to your back. You can remove the ball. Bring your knees together, your feet apart, constructive rest, and just notice. On your next inhale, we're going to roll to one side and come back to a seat. So take your time. No rush to get there. We're just going to come back to a seat. And we're going to come back to that easy pose. Grab your block or two. So we're going to do some stretching of all that area, that sideline of our body. So we're going to start with the block, 2 blocks. Take your hands behind your head, and you're going to lean and tilt to the side. So notice how the 2 blocks feel in this height. And if you need to make it higher, you can always come to a different height of your block. So a little stretching is good. You don't need to force it. It should be really gentle. It can be submaximal, meaning you are not going near your end range. We're going to take 5 more deep breaths here. Try to keep that opposite hip down. So if you've got your right elbow on the block, keep your left hip down. If you've got your left elbow on the block, keep your right hip down. Take a huge breath in. Exhale it out. Inhale back to center. Take the blocks and move them to the other side. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. So hands behind. Open your heart. Breathe in. Exhale, tilt to that side. Notice, is this a much easier side for you? For me it is, so I can go much deeper. Maybe it's the harder side. We need to raise your blocks. Just be mindful, listen to what your body tells you. If you need to, place both blocks really high. Take 3 more breaths. Breathe in. Breathe out. Nice. Inhale back to center. We're going to place the blocks on the opposite side again. And we're going to come into a variation. So our legs are going to come out wide for a dragonfly or wide leg. And do the same thing, but with this variation. So inhale those arms behind you. Open your heart. Breathe in. Exhale, tilt. 5 breaths. Maybe you just use 1 block this time now that we've been stretching. Maybe with your legs in this position, you can go a little deeper. Try to open your heart. Try to open that side body, elbow up towards the ceiling if you can. 2 more breaths. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale back to center. And take your block or 2, whatever you need for this side. Interlace behind your head. Open your heart. Breathe in. Exhale, tilt to that side. Three more breaths. Breathe in. Breathe out. Nice. Back to center. And we are going to come to one more variation. So legs out in front. We're going to do cow face. So if you can only do half cow face, that's what you do. So that top leg comes up and over and rests. If you've done cow face before, you know where you can go. If you feel it already in your hip here, you stay. If you can bend that bottom leg. Now that's pretty challenging for most people. So you decide where you can go. Don't force it. We're gonna do the same thing. Inhale those arms up. Tilt. So the opposite elbow of leg that's on top, that's the side you're going to. Three more breaths here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Back to center. Release. Unwind. Unwind. Bring both legs out and kind of shake them out. You can wiggle them side to side. And we will switch sides with our legs. So whatever leg was on top, switch. Place your block on that opposite side. So notice, what do you feel on that hip? If you feel it already, you stay here with this leg out straight and half round face. Otherwise, you can bend that bottom leg. Settle in. Inhale your arms up. And tilt. Make any adjustments you need on this side. Keeping your both hips down. Three more breaths. Breathe in. Exhale out. Inhale back to center. Unwind. Place your glass at the top of the mat. We're going to use it here. You just switch your wiper back and forth. We will make our way to a tabletop. So tabletop, our shoulders are stacked over our wrists. Our hips are stacked over our knees. Navel into spine. Just do a few cat-cows. Inhale, curl your toes under, wrap your belly up. Exhale, and catch in the chest, open your spine. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Back to neutral. Curl your toes under. And come to a downward facing dog. So keep your knees nice and soft. You can walk it out for a little bit. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Take a few breaths here. Keep your navel into your spine. Using your core, walk your hands back to your feet. Soften your knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Interlace your fingers. Reach towards the ceiling. I'm halfway cut off on the screen. Tilt to the right. Right here. Come back to center. Tilt to the left. And come back to center. Breathe in. Exhale. Walk yourself to the top of the mat wherever your blocks are. So we're going to rest our hands on our blocks. Just staying in this position here. Softness in your knees. Flat back. So reaching your hips and your head away from each other. Nice flat back. Notice that in your hamstrings. Find the four corners of your feet. Lift your 10 toes. Root your 10 toes down. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, fold all the way down. We're going to do a IT band stretch here. So bend the right knee, place the right hand in front of the right foot. You can use your block here if you need to. So our left knee is straight, our right knee is bent, our right hand is in front of our right foot. Reach that left arm up to the sky. You can take it to your sacrum if it doesn't feel good going up to the sky, but you'll notice that all through your lateral hamstring, your IT band. You drop your heavy head. Take one more big breath in. Exhale, come back. We will switch sides. So left hand in front of the left foot. Bend the left knee, straighten through the right. Twist it out. Either that hand comes up to the sky or to your sacrum. Big breath in. Exhale, come into your forward fold. You can sway side to side. Take both of your blocks and place them on the highest height. And we're going to bring our right foot behind our left foot. So I call this pinky toe to pinky toe. So keep your hands on those blocks, flat back. We'll just pause here for a couple breaths. Notice where you feel this. Hamstrings possibly, low back possibly, outer hip, the leg that's behind. So the right foot's behind the left. And we're going to walk our hands and our blocks to the left. Reaching your right hand as far away from your left. Right hand as far away from your right side as you can. Softness in your shoulders, softness in your breath. Take a big breath in, exhale out, and come back to center. Come big toe to big toe. Softness in your knees, flat back. Take a breath in, exhale it out. Nice, and we're going to switch sides so the left foot comes behind. Notice where you feel this. Stay for a couple more breaths here. And then we'll walk our blocks and our hands to the right. So reach that left hand as far away as you can. Nice. Take 2 more breaths here. One more breath. Breathe in. Exhale out. Walk yourself back to center. Big toe to big toe. Lift halfway on your blocks. Flat back. Exhale, fold. Hands to the mat. Step back to down dog. Drop to your knees. Bring your toes together, knees wide, child's pose. Walk your hands out. Settle into this child's pose. Roll your forehead along the mat. Let go of any tension in your cervical spine. We're going to do one more side body stretch here. Walk your hands to the left. Place the right hand on top of the left. Reach the right hand and the right hip as far away from each other as you can. Finding as much length in your side body. Fill your belly up with breath. And make your way back to center and come to the other side. One more huge breath in. Exhale out. Coming back to center, lift yourself up. And we're going to make our way to our backs. I have a block handy because we'll use it at the end of the class, but we're going to finish our class on our back. So just grab the block so you don't have to reach for it in the end. So go ahead and roll on down to your back. Bend your knees up. We're going to come into our pigeon pose on our back, supine pigeon. So cross that right leg over the left for a figure four. You may already feel that in your right hip. If you do, you stay here. If you need to, lift your left foot up and release your hands behind your left hamstring and pull that left knee into your chest. Softness. Use the breath. Find as much ease in this pose as you can. Again, we're doing it sub-maximal. You should feel a stretch, but not at that end range. Take 3 more breaths here. And we'll all take a breath in together. Inhale. Exhale it out. Release the bind, drop the foot to the mat, but keep your figure four, your right leg where it is. And let the left knee fall to the left. The right foot makes contact. This is sleepy pigeon. So our right knee straight up towards the ceiling. Your right arm can come out to a T, so we're getting a twist in here. Left hand can bind on the right ankle if you can reach. Take 3 more breaths here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Before you come back to center, navel to spine to protect your back and come back. But stay right where you are with those legs at figure four. And we're going to do a supine twist to the right with our knees down. So keeping these legs in this position, let your knees fall to the right. Left arm comes out to a T. You've got your block handy, so if you want to place it underneath that bottom leg to make it a little more restorative, a little more helpful, feel free to do that. Nice. We'll take 5 more breaths here. Okay, breathe in, breathe out. Navel to spine, come back to center. Unwind finally, windshield wiper your legs back and forth. Let's do a knees to chest. Let's bring our knees into our chest, give ourselves a hug. You can roll around on your low back, give it a massage. You can take little circles, clockwise, counterclockwise. And release your feet to the mat. We'll do all that on the other side. So cross the left leg over the right for pigeon here. Notice, are you going to stay? You're going to increase the stretch and at least your fingers behind your right hamstring. Bring your right knee to your chest. 5 breaths. Breathe in. Exhale out. Release the bind and drop the foot to the mat. Let your right knee fall to the right for sleepy pigeon on this side. Left arm comes out to a T. If you can bind with your right hand to your left ankle, do that. And we'll take 5 breaths here. Breathe in. Exhale out. Navel to spine, come back to center. Legs stay where they are. Arms out to a T. And let your legs fall to the left. Knees down, twist, supine twist. Again, if you want to take your block, place it underneath that bottom knee, bottom leg, feel free. Notice where you feel this. Breathe into it. Find your softness. Take 3 more breaths. Breathe in. Exhale out. Navel to spine, come back to center. Unwind. Windshield wiper back and forth. Knees into chest. More spine. Roll around. If you want to take happy baby, grab the outside of your feet or grab your calves or your hamstrings. Whatever feels good. Bring the soles of the feet together. And then this supine butterfly pose. Very nice up. Release your feet down. Find your block. Root down through your feet. Lift your hips up and place your block underneath your sacrum, your tailbone. We've got a restorative bridge going here. No effort really. Everything that's touching the mat or the block should be soft. We're going to lift our right foot up off the mat, then our left, and straighten our legs for Viparita Karani legs at the wall. Bend your left knee and your right. Place them down on the mat. Lift your hips up an inch or two to remove the block. Come back to that constructive rest, knees together, feet apart, arms wherever it feels good. To a T possibly, or even goalpost them. And notice. And decide if you want to spend the last few moments of your practice here, or do you want to bring your legs straight out in front for your final resting points? It's up to you, the position you'd like, what feels best for you. And once you've made your way there, find as much stillness as you can. Start to wiggle, feel fingers and toes. Roll around through your wrists, your ankles. And when you're ready, bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself one last hug for showing up, taking care of you. Take a breath in, exhale it out. Roll to the left side and pause there. Once you've paused, breathe in, breathe out. And with this little effort, make your way back to your easy seat right where we started. Just a little bit to go. Hands on your knees, palms up this time. There is no rush to make it in. Nice and tall. Close your eyes. Soften. Lengthen your spine. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hands by your side. Blink your eyes open. Inhale, arms up. Palms come to touch. Exhale them to your heart. Breathe in. Let go. And take the next breath or two to become aware of how you feel now. What you've created, any space you've invited in. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hands to third eye. Thank you all so much for joining me here and joining me there. Your presence is always a gift. Namaste. Thank you guys. Thank you. Online friends. We'll see you later. Take care. Bye, Dawn.